Alright, so today I want to talk about some of the top survivors that they can bring to Resident Evil Resistance. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe because I will be making a top masterminds build after this one. And if you're watching the well, you can't be watching the mastermind during this video. I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. Anyway, let's go ahead and hop right in. The first mastermind that I think they could bring to the game, and probably the next one because he's such a prominent character, is Leon Kennedy. Everybody probably saw this coming. Leon is a fan favorite of the Resident Evil franchise, so I think it is just ideal for them to bring him. He is from Resident Evil 2, 4, and 6, and I'm pretty sure he's been in some other Resident Evil games as well, so it's very likely that he will be coming to the game. The next one is going to be Chris Redfield. I think Chris Redfield is just as much prominent in this game, or in the franchise, as Leon for the most part. I don't think he's been in as many games, but he was for sure in Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6. And I believe he was in another one that I can't remember. Was it Resident Evil 1? I think it was Resident Evil 1 he was in as well. But yeah, Chris Redfield's a great pick also for this game. Big buff dude, typical mercenary. So yeah, I think he would be a great fit for the game. And then we have Claire Redfield, Chris's brother. She's been in a couple of the Resident Evil games as well. I know everybody hates Code Veronica X, but it was one of my favorites, and Claire was the main character in that game. So yeah, Claire Redfield as well. And then we've got Rebecca Chambers. Rebecca Chambers was in Resident Evil 1. She was in Resident Evil 2, and she was in... What was the other Resident Evil she was in? I know she was in another one. I just can't remember what. But either way, another great fit for the game. And then we have Ada Wong. Ada Wong would be another great survivor to add. She was in Resident Evil 4. She was in Resident Evil 6. Actually, wasn't Ada in like almost all the Resident Evils? Always just coming to the rescue of the heroes just like randomly. Resident Evil 2, of course, she was in. Yeah, she'd be a great character as well. And then we have Sheva Alomar. She was in Resident Evil 5 only as Chris Redfield's companion, and I'm pretty sure that's the only one she's been in. But yeah, it's another great option to add. She was a badass in the game, so I don't see why not. And then we have Billy Cohen. The only reason I chose Billy is because he has a different and unique look compared to some of the other people that I'm talking about in this game. He's got the tribal tattoo and the slick back hair. He's from Resident Evil 0, and I don't believe he's been in any other Resident Evils, but I still would like to see him in the game. And then we've got Carlos Oliveira, of course, from Resident Evil 3. He would be perfect because, first of all, he would probably be the easiest to make and put into the game. So actually, now that I think about it, he might be the next survivor that comes to the game, before even Leon. So yeah, I would be not surprised to see him, and I think his special ability would be that he has a machine gun, because machine guns are actually not in Resident Evil Resistance yet. At least not like M416s. They're not in the game yet, so that would be cool to see. And then we have Helena Harper, who was Leon Kennedy's partner in Resident Evil 6. She would be another one to bring into the game. She was pretty cool. Yeah, I don't really have too much to say about Helena. I just kind of liked her as a character in Resident Evil 6, even though she was more of just like a tag-along for Leon. But she had a cool design. I liked her outfit in the game and everything. So next after that would be Jake Muller. Jake Muller was one of the playable characters in Resident Evil 6 as well, and I really liked his design. I believe he was Wesker's son, if I remember the lore correctly, and he did a lot of like hand-to-hand combat, and he was really cool character as well. So, and then last but not least, everybody's favorite character in the Resident Evil franchise, Hunk. I would love to see Hunk in this game. I would love to see him be able to start out with like an M97 or an MP5 or something like that. That would be fitting for his character. And just visually, he's one of the more badass characters in the Resident Evil franchise, so it'd be really cool to see him in the game as well. This isn't really meant to be a super long video. When I'm talking about these survivors, I don't want to go in depth and try and speculate on each one to see what they could possibly bring, because that'd just be too hard and a lot of time to take to try and figure out what they could do. I would have to go back through all the different games and see what their unique abilities would be. And yeah, I just don't have the time for all that. So I just wanted to make a list of survivors that I'd like to see in the game. Tell me in the comment section what survivors you would like to see in the game. Make sure you check out some of my other videos and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
Like the video, comment, subscribe. Check me out on twitch.tv/DeceiverGame. There are some other videos for you to check out. I'll see you next time.